Scott from EzyBlox Sheds and Steel Structures, and today I'm talking to you about building approvals for your shed or steel structure that you purchase from us. Your EzyBlox shed and steel structure comes with all the supporting documentation that you need to get it approved in any council in any state in Australia. We've put a lot of work in over the years to make sure that the documentation we're giving you is the correct paperwork that's applicable to the engineering of the design for whatever location you are in Australia. Whether you're going to be using your shed to live in, to store your favorite toys, or just to park a vehicle under, doesn't matter. We're going to give you the right documentation to make sure that it's a straightforward structure to get approved. Building approvals in Australia over the last 20 years have gotten progressively harder, as well as progressively more expensive. Did you know a building approval for a standard Class 10 structure in Australia has gone up by 10x in the last 10 years, which is almost a despicable amount of money when you think about it. And we often see horror stories where clients and customers are getting bogged down with council bureaucrats unable to get an approval for a standard structure. Not just from stuff from us, but from other companies as well, which is why we've done a lot of work in the background to make sure that what you get from us is the correct option for your property to support the design accurately every single time. Because we've been involved with building approvals for over 20 years now, we're going to be able to help you and guide you through that process in the simplest way possible so that you can achieve your shed and steel structure sooner. The last thing you want to be doing is giving council thousands and thousands of dollars so they can jump through more hoops or make you jump through more hoops to get a piece of paperwork to say that you can build your shed. The reality is most problems that people hit with building approvals can be easily overcome with accurate answers from companies like us who know what we're doing. One of the things we often see with sheds is people being led down the garden path by companies who don't know much about building approvals. But because we are also a licensed building company who have been lodging building approval documents for, like I said, over 20 years, we know how to make sure that we can streamline this process for you. In fact, we've developed relationships with building certifiers and building surveyors around the country so that we can lodge your documentation for you on your behalf and get your approvals through. It doesn't have to be complicated. We can make this process as simple and straightforward as possible for you so that you can get your building sooner. EzyBlox Sheds and Steel Structures are committed to making your project as straightforward as possible, which is why we've done a ton of work in the background to give you the right documentation to support the design for wherever you are in Australia. And don't forget, we can put a shed and steel structure anywhere in Australia. It doesn't matter where you're from or where you're watching me right now. We can give you the right structure with the right documentation and help you with the process to get it approved and guide you all the way through the DIY experience of building it yourself or engaging a local contractor to do the build for you. We're here to support you to make it as straightforward and as cost effective as possible.